Hello, welcome back my nail friends. My name is Mary Rosie from Mary Rosie Dips. In today's video I am using another couple of dips from VividGlamCo. What the heck, that just got stuck in my speech. And I am using this beautiful gold and this gorgeous kind of mustardy yellow color. These two are part of the Catch Me If I Fall collection, which I actually forgot to check if it was still available or if it was sold out. I believe it was sold out at one point. And then I'm going to be dipping over their medium Coffin and jelly tips as well. These are not cut down at all, so I was sporting some bougie nails for a couple of weeks while I was off of work. I am using the new Pampered Pretties dip liquids, and I am just applying the dip liquids right over my peel base, which is on top of the jelly tips. These jelly tips, I did not wear them long enough to have to fill them. As a matter of fact, as I'm doing this voiceover, I've already removed them because I had to go back to work. I'm a nurse in the ICU and I cannot have these long nails like this. These were only while I was off on vacation for a couple of weeks. I was living my best nail life. So either way, let's get on to this amazing mani. So maybe a week ago, I did a manicure using VividGlamCo colors. And I did a plaid stamp over it, and I was obsessed with it. Everyone was obsessed with it, just as I expected, and I got multiple requests and messages to show how I had done the plaid. So I knew I had to, of course, record a video doing a plaid. This one is a different design than the last one. Also even completely different colors, but I am using the exact same plate. So, my usual dipping where I do 2 layers of a solid color, and I usually do 1 layer of a glitter color. This glitter went on like a dream. The solids went on like a dream. I didn't even do a second layer of the glitter. It's not a chunky glitter. It's a medium glitter. I think it even has just a tiny little bit of fine glitter in it, but it's mostly medium glitters, and I got perfect 100% coverage on the first initial application of it using these dips and then Pampered Pretties liquids. So the Pampered Pretties liquids are also available as of this video. You'll notice with the ombre application on my middle nail when I do it, that I have plenty of time to work with it. I really do love and recommend these liquids, as well as these dips. This is my second time using the Vivid products. I did jelly tips on my right hand about, not even a month ago was when I got them and used them on my right hand. I did not have to shape the cuticle on any of the tips. They fit me literally perfectly. All I did was file off that tiny little spot on the free edge there that is on all the tips, kind of just above the number sizing. Then I went and did this left hand. I want to say I shaped just the tiniest little corner on one of them. Other than that, these went on great as well. I did get a couple of bubbles, and that was my application. I was trying to record a video of applying the tips because I still get a lot of requests for that. But I think because I was paying attention to trying to stay in focus for the video, I wasn't putting enough pressure on certain areas and messed it up. I still haven't even gone back and looked at the video and attempted to even see what I did to edit, if at all. I wanted to definitely show this mani because we're in fall, and hello, plaid sweaters, fall, Halloween, all the good things. So I think I'm going to be doing multiple plaid manis over the next 6 weeks at least. Oh, matter of fact, for the rest of the year, because Christmas equals plaid sweaters as well. So all the plaid. And all of this I've been doing off of this one plate. Since my first plaid mani the other day, I actually went and ordered a couple of more plates. I think I got one from Maniology with a couple of other things, and one more from Clear Jelly Stamper. Those are the two companies that I use for my stamping products. And I'm just waiting for those items to come in the mail. So, of course, more to come. Check out how perfect this glitter is. Look at how it just shines in the light. This is literally one dip, laid it into the cupcake liner. Perfection on that application with these liquids, the glitters, the solid, just everything. It's what they say as chef's kiss, the young kids these days. So with the Pampered Pretties dip liquids, you have plenty of time with the base to play around with glitters. You'll notice here in just a minute, I am going to apply the dip base to the entire middle nail, and then I'm just going to tap ombre the glitter with an eyeshadow brush over the middle nail, and then we'll move around a couple of little glitters, and we have more than enough time to work. And then I'm going to pour over the other coat of the yellow so that it can cover up with a second layer on the rest of the nail. And then you'll see the stamping here in a little bit. So I am also using the Pampered Pretties clear dip powder, which is an amazing dip powder. I do not have, and I'll probably add it onto another future order, I don't have any VividGlamCo liquids. The only liquids I have are to do the jelly tips, but I don't have dip liquids or their standard gel liquids, or any, what's the other word? Clear dip powder, which I have heard great things about it. I'm not sure why for, I don't know, at least 2 years I was on the fence about buying any products. But I most definitely do not regret buying the Catch Me If I Fall collection and the tips, which is actually what I bought first, I think. Yeah, I got the tips and the liquids, and then I think maybe a week later, the Catch Me If I Fall collection literally caught my eye, and oh gosh, I don't know, I'm lost. I think it was the Catch Me If I Fall collection that was after the tips. And then I think at the same time I got that collection, I got a soft white and a little pink color that I've used the white one on the next mani after this one, but I haven't used the little pink one. So either way, I've already got a few things lined up in my cart, most definitely. And then I'm for sure, I think I'm going to be buying their dip and gel liquids just to try them out, as I know I'll love them because these items were amazing. So here I am just brushing the excess off of the glitter. I did it with that little brush because I didn't want to get a bunch of glitter in my other brushes, even though I have a bazillion of them. Mostly I was just being lazy and didn't want to reach over and get it out of the drawer. So that is that. No stiff brush on that. I did do the stiff brush on the yellow portion of my middle nail, and I'm doing the stiff brush to remove the excess clear dip powder on those other two nails, and then I'm activating them. I think I was trying to figure out specifically if I was going to be doing a second layer of that glitter or not. In the end, I decided not to do a second layer because when I brushed off the excess, there really wasn't anything that needed coverage. So all I did was go in with clear Pampered Pretties dip And I did my usual one full layer over glitter, and then one full layer over that nail right there with the ombre design. So I will let you watch that just for a minute. Whenever I'm encapsulating anything but a solid dip powder, I do go in, make sure that everything is covered with base, nice and even, nice and level, and I'm cleaning my brush off as best as I can before putting it into the base bottle there. And then I'm cleaning up as usual, making sure anything around the cuticles is cleaned up before it hardens, and then I'm pressing down. I like to press down on the clear over a glitter to get it all into those little nooks and crannies there, and then I have a very easy time filing and buffing. I do that with chunkies, and I do it with this type of glitter as well. As long as it's, like I said, not a solid dip powder, I will press in the clear dip powder over whatever it may be so that it soaks on in and it makes it as flat as possible before I even have to activate. So we remove the excess clear with a stiff brush, and I'm activating. Look at that. Oh, and I guess I cut out, yeah, I did already. I cut out the buffing and filing. Or I might have hit stop recording and then got distracted and went off on my way. No, actually, this is not buffed and filed. So look at how well that applied without any buffing and filing. Now I'm going to buff and file, and I am using Pampered Pretties, and I buffed and I filed, and now I am ready for this stamping plate. So this itty bitty little stamping plate is what I used for the original plaid mani that I did with the burgundy, my clear jelly stamper, and then 4 clear jelly stamper colors as far as stamping polishes. And then these are the 4 colors that I used. And I actually did another design and took it off because it felt a little bit clashy with these colors that I have. So once this one was completed, I felt it went a lot better. So I had buffed, I filed, and I did activate one final time. And with clear jelly stamper, you do not need any kind of a sticky base coat like you do with Maniology. So I can get away with outdoing that step. So all I do, depending on the design that you're going to do and the basic basic application is the same. You apply, clean your stamping plate with acetone, apply whichever color polish. And this one didn't come up perfect, but I wasn't too concerned. One, if you don't like it, you can just take it off with alcohol once it's on the nails. So position it, hold your stamper whichever way you think you need to hold it to apply the actual image to the area that you want. It's very easy to see with a clear stamper. If you have a stamper that you can't see through, it's going to be that much harder for you to figure out where you're placing your stamp. So I definitely recommend a stamper, jelly stamper that you can see through. So I positioned that exactly where I wanted it. And because I took a little bit longer, the ink was drying. That's okay. Nothing's gonna happen with that. That will lay nice and flat when you just kind of touch it and press down on it. And there was just the slightest little part on my image that did not come out as crisp as I wanted to. So I have this little brush here with some alcohol that I'm dipping it into, isopropyl alcohol, and I'm just gonna clean up that one little spot there just to clean up that line a little bit more. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. If I really wanted to, I could have just wiped all that off with alcohol and stamped the image again. It doesn't take very long. Once the other parts of it are on, you can't even see that. And then I'm going to put my jelly stamper over on that sticky pad from Clear Jelly Stamper, and that cleans off my stamper for me and gets rid of all that stuff. So now I am taking acetone on a napkin, scrubbing off that ink, and moving on to the next one. Make sure you cap whatever you're not using, because these little bottles fall over very quickly. Alrighty, so the next thing I wanted to do was put the more yellow color. That first one was more like butternut squash. This one is a little bit more on the yellow end. And then put it on there, scrape off the excess, and press the stamper straight down. Whenever you've got lines like this, if you roll it a little bit of an angle, it will curve the lines, which I did just the tiniest bit. And so this is a different image than the first one, but same process. I'm lining up exactly where I wanted to go, except now there are already existing lines, so I'm trying to line them up to not be exactly on top of each other, but to be next to the last image. So again, the stamper being jelly and clear is perfect for that. And then I'm going to take some acetone and clean off our little stamper. And we have the third color, and we're putting that on our stamping plate, and we'll scrape it off, pick it up with the jelly stamper, and we'll get going with the third layer of this. And you can see the little plaid sweater just kind of picking up on its own what it's going to look like. So same process here for this color, and then these grid lines, literally exactly the same thing. place the polish on the stamping plate, and then you want to scrape and then place your stamper on it to pick up the image, and then place it over the nail. Make sure you line up wherever you want it. Once again, it's really, really easy to do it when you're able to see through the stamper or through the actual jelly stamper. I have a couple of jelly stampers that are not clear, and I have a super hard time even trying to figure out where my image is lining up. So definitely not necessarily don't recommend those, but I'm not really sure how to use it just because I want to see where my image is going. And then you're cleaning up the stamping plate. Again, some alcohol. I do have one of those grabby things for cotton balls. I've had it for like a year and I've yet to actually use it. I don't know why. So, I mean, if you have one, sure, go ahead and use it. I just like to use a napkin with acetone for no apparent reason. And then this last color, I am doing the lightest color to make like the little, what it looks like stitch marks, and then scraping it, quickly picking it up without rolling it, and that'll give you the straightest lines whenever you're working with grid lines like this. I've learned if you roll your stamper like a normal image, it will actually curve the lines a little bit, which you might be going for that look. If you scroll back a little bit on this video, you can see that my yellow lines are just the tiniest bit curved on a few of them. It's because I rolled my stamper, and I didn't want to do it over. That's okay. That doesn't bother me. I just learned that if I stamp or pick up the image straight up and down, it comes out nice and straight. So then I just lined up where I wanted these little stitches and placed it straight down on the nail and lift it straight up, and there it is. It comes out super cute. Again, I had originally done a different bit of a pattern with the maroon color being more involved in the design, and I thought it was just a bit too dark for these dips specifically. But it was an adorable design, just different lineup of different colors. So many different combinations. It's great to be able to stamp and do whatever you want. So I am applying West Coast Tips gel top coat, and I'm only going to do it on a couple of the nails, and then I'm flash curing for 10 seconds. I like to flash cure so that I can get my gel to stop moving and like freeze in place, and then I can have more time to work with it. So a couple of the nails, I flash cure, and then I'm going to do my other two nails, and then I flash cure, and then I think I go in and do my thumb. I do my thumb separately because the liquid will run down the side. No matter how hard I try, I'll always cure my thumb on its own. So either I do it first or I do it at the end. Doesn't matter. So just flash curing, that's just what I personally do. You don't necessarily have to do that yourself. It's just what I like to do in my process. Once I did my thumb, I did a full cure of the entire thing for 30 seconds, and then I am taking isopropyl alcohol, putting it on a lint-free wipe, and cleaning up that nail. No need for acetone, no need to do it before you're completely done. Once you do your top coat, then just go ahead and rub it on there, and it will easily take it off. I barely did anything to this. Now I'm just putting Cuticle Oil, finishing up this gorgeous mani, and that is how easy it is to do a plaid mani with some layered stamping. Look how cute this came out. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of my returning and new subscribers. We will see you guys next time. Bye.